Maddie, forget him. That one sentence shattered everything. The mehndi on my hands was still wet, but the dreams it once held were already gone. They said he lied, that his love was built on borrowed walls. But I didn't care about houses. I only cared about him. This is how my world ended. But to understand that, you have to see how it all began. I was just a girl who still believed in fairy tales, unaware that my story was being written by others. Hi, my name is Medea, and this is how my life changed forever. The room pulsed with noise, laughter, music, the clatter of bangles, and the endless shuffle of footsteps across the marble floor. Vibrant colours suffocated the air, gold like molten fire, crimson like spilled blood, and emerald so rich it devoured the light. Every shade had been chosen to mark joy, yet to me, they felt like the colours of a funeral, my own. The mehndi on my hands was fresh, its scent thick and suffocating, clinging to my skin like chains I couldn't break. The intricate patterns curled over my fingers, telling stories of love and new beginnings. Yet all I saw were the twisted vines of a cage. Desperate. Oh God, please, let this all stop. I don't want to get married. The words echoed inside my head, but they never found my lips. I was too afraid, too conditioned to swallow my screams and stitch on a smile. My heart pounded in protest, my breath came in shallow gasps, but still, I remained silent. I looked around at the sea of smiling faces, my mother glowing with pride, my sisters giggling behind hands painted with mehndi, relatives I barely knew fussing over rituals. They were all celebrating a union I had never wanted, a union I had never agreed to. Fear coiled tighter than the bangles bruising my wrists. Why won't anyone listen? Why doesn't anyone see me drowning? But in their eyes, I was just another bride, another story, another chapter they wrote for me without ever asking if I wanted to be part of it. I sat still, a porcelain doll, wrapped in silk and gold. But inside, I was unraveling. I felt like I was standing at the edge of a cliff, about to leap into a life that wasn't mine. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Only 2 months ago, my world had been filled with music and light. I was a girl who danced to melodies only I could hear. Music wasn't just a hobby, it was my voice, my rebellion, my fragile piece of freedom in a world that never asked me what I wanted. It was in that sacred world of notes and harmonies that I met him, Arman, my music teacher. But he was so much more than that. From the moment our eyes met, it felt like destiny had whispered secrets only our souls understood. Our love didn't need words. It unfolded in the silent language of glances, in the pauses between notes, in the quiet smiles that said everything. For 3 days, Arman said nothing. He played his guitar, letting the music speak for him, while I sat, lost in the magic of it all. On the 4th day, he shattered the silence, not to me, but to my mother. His words were bold, unapologetic. He wanted to marry me. He would bring his family. He didn't ask for permission. He simply declared what my heart had already whispered 1,000 times. For once, I believed dreams could come true. For once, I believed life would be mine to write. The day his family was invited to our home, my heart danced in my chest. It was all I ever wanted. I imagined our future, our shared melodies, stolen smiles, the life I had dared to dream. But dreams are fragile. They shatter easily. The night after our visit to his home, my family returned with storm clouds in their eyes. Their faces told a story I wasn't ready to hear. They climbed the stairs in suffocating silence, shadows wrapped around their footsteps. My breath caught. My instinct screamed. Something was wrong. I followed them, my steps hesitant, my heart pounding against my ribs like a desperate prisoner. Then, my mother's voice broke the silence, colder than steel. Coldly, "Mediha, forget him." Her words slashed through me like a knife. Trembling, What are you saying, Mama?" My voice trembled, caught between hope and terror. Her gaze was hard, merciless. Harshly, they lied. They told us they owned the house, but the neighbors told us the truth. It's all rented. They deceived us. Her words shattered my world into dust. I stood frozen, the ground beneath my feet crumbling into an abyss of betrayal. I didn't care about the house or the lies. I only cared about him. But to them, it was over, just like that. No one saw my pain. No one heard the screams trapped inside me. Arman was more than a love. He was my soul's song, the only person who saw me beyond the quiet, invisible girl I had always been. But now, even that was being ripped away from me. He reached out, his messages a lifeline I clung to like a drowning girl. His words pleaded with me, told me the accusations were lies. I wanted to believe him, God, I wanted to. But fear gripped me tighter than hope. I was paralyzed by my family, by society, by my own weakness. I prayed through tears that never stopped. I begged God to bring him back. But heaven remained silent, and eventually, so did he. His messages stopped. The screen that once lit up with his name became a graveyard of silence. I died inside. I couldn't breathe. Couldn't cry. I was just empty. I wanted to end it all. But even death was a door I couldn't open. I stopped living, even though my heart still beat. I came from a broken home. 4 sisters and a mother who never once asked what I wanted. I always believed she was my shield, my protector. I was wrong. The day they arranged my engagement, I was already dead inside. Wakas, my sister Rabia's lover, convinced his mother to approve their marriage by offering me up as a pawn. If his brother married, their love could finally be legitimized. They didn't ask me. They didn't care. I returned home from work numb and hollow. They told me I was lucky, that he was handsome, that my dreams didn't matter. I said yes, because what was left to say no to? I stared at my mendi-stained hands, the patterns now dried and cracked, like my dreams. As the mendi dried on my hands, so did my dreams, leaving behind stains of a story I never chose.